What is up, guys? Today, this is part 1 of my GTA garage tour. So, starting off with my office garage, we have my Emirates. Now, this is a very fast car, and it handles really well, and it's good for supercar races. I haven't used it for a race yet, but it's good for races, I guess. Here's my Cyclone, which I got from the casino. It has good acceleration, and that's really about it, because, well, it doesn't handle very well, it doesn't go through turns very well, and it doesn't have a very high top speed. And this freaking lip hits like every curve or split in that lip. I swear. And then you have my Tempesta, which I barely drive. I haven't driven this in a while. This is like a Huracan, like Super Trofeo mixed with like a Performante. That's what I was like kind of going for. This gives it an overall nice look with the purple and the black. It's a nice sounding car. I don't, like I said, barely drive it. Here's my Zentorno, which I bought for 200,000 when it was on sale. Don't really drive this much, but since it was so cheap, I bought it, and it's just a nice looking car, and it also performs quite well, actually. Here's my Reaper, which I have also gotten from the casino, which I have a lot of vehicles I got from the casino. This car, don't really drive it much. It's pretty quick though, and it looks alright. It's not, I just don't like how like that front bumper looks, and then with like how short the back is. Then we have my Pariah, which is also from the casino. Now this is known to be the supercar killer, because it is a sports car that is faster than a lot of supercars. It handles pretty good. If you're trying to get around fast, it's definitely a good car to use. And if you're also trying to do time trials, either use this, the Krieger, or the Emirates. But yeah, I just kind of, it's made it look nice. And this spoiler just gets caught on a lot of things, like people, bridges, poles, cars. Alright, now if we come up here, there's mostly JDM cars up here. So we'll start off with my Jester Classic. It's just made it look real nice and clean. Got a big, single exhaust. Got some nice wheels on it, and if you notice, I put these wheels on a decent amount of my cars. It's like I got it on a few of them. Yeah, I just gave this car an overall nice clean look. It's pretty fast for a sport, like for what it is. It handles nicely. It's just like grips, and if you start to lose control, it just wants to grip to the road. Which, I mean, I guess that's a nice thing about that. And then, my LG Retro Custom, which is, well, Skyline R32 GTR. Now this is based off of like my dream R32 GTR, like white with like bronze Volt T37s. You got the nice big single exhaust. It just looks really nice. It's just a clean build, and it kind of just looks really nice. And this car is pretty fast. I mean, I don't really drive it much, but I mean, it just looks nice, and it sounds nice too. And actually, the Jester Classic is cheaper and it's faster, but I got the upgrade for this on sale. And then move on to the Kanjo, aka Honda Civic. This thing, it's basically just a big turbo, like street car. Because you got the turbo out of the hood, you got the like 60-something thousand dollar chrome rims, you got the big exhaust, the carbon hatch, because, well, weight reduction. You got that little thing hanging down there, and this is actually the only car where that actually moves, like it like moves around. And then you got like a half cage, not a half cage, but like a little street cage, so it's not too over the top. Now this car's really fast. And the major downside is all the torque that it has. Like when you launch, it gets a lot of wheel spin, and it also doesn't. I mean, it corners alright for a front-wheel drive car, but if you let off through a corner, you might end up losing control. Next, we have my Sultan RS, which this car was originally just a Sultan that I built. So basically, me and Aiden were like seeing we could build like the nicest looking car, and basically we both found a Sultan actually. But yeah, this car is still in its original colors, the green wheels and this red paint job. I kind of made it look like, if you guys remember, if anyone here watched my old channel, if you guys remember my white Sultan RS Snowflake, this is basically that, just in a different color with different wheels. So, but if none of you didn't, and this is your first time, like, well, not your first time, but like, you know, you never saw that car. It was basically a white Sultan RS that looked like this, and it had like different wheels, and it was just all white, and it looked pretty much the same. But yeah, it's a nice sounding car. It's not really a supercar, or it's in the supercar class. It doesn't really compete with other supercars, but yeah. And then you have my Sugoi, which is a newer Civic Type R. I kind of just made this look like a stock Type R, in red. But yeah, overall, it just looks very nice. It's actually pretty quick for, you know, what it is. I mean, and it's actually a pretty good front-wheel drive car. It actually handles really well. It goes through turns well. It doesn't have much torque, so it doesn't get as much wheel spin as the Kanjo. And yeah, I'd say it's a decent car, but it's not worth 900,000 to like 1.2 mil, depending on if you have the trade price for it or not. But yeah. And then we have my Viserys, which this is a thick boy. I mean, look at this thing. Anyways, so this is another car I don't really drive much. I bought it like a while ago. I just customized it in my Avenger. I could put guns on the front, but I was like, nah, it kind of ruins the look. One of my favorite parts about this car is the pop-up headlights. I just really like cars with pop-up headlights. And it sounds nice. The engine's literally right there. And if you look this way, you can see in between the seats. But yeah, it's not a very fast car. It handles alright. But yeah, this is just another one I don't really drive much. Next is my Stromberg. Now this car I bought a while ago. So basically the story, I bought a Stromberg for like 3.2 mil. Then went on sale, so I sold my other one and then bought it again. So I got basically like 700k back. But yeah, it's not really a car I use much. I usually use it for if I'm doing like a setup for a heist and I need to escape the cops, because, you know, it's just a submarine car. You just gotta transform into a submarine. If some of you didn't know that, it transforms into a submarine and you can go, you know, and that's just how I lose the cops if I need to. But yeah, it doesn't really get used much. It's not very fast. It does have missiles and machine guns on it, which is a nice thing. And I don't know, it looks a little weird, but it's just it just has its uses. And then coming up here, and start it off. Actually, down there's no casino vehicles, but up here there is 2. So the first casino vehicle is my Deluxo. Now this is actually very useful, because it can fly. It's got missiles. Yeah, it's not very fast, but I mean, it's cool. It's a freaking DeLorean. It's cool, man. Suspension isn't. It's like if you take a corner too sharply or like drive over a curb, you might like spin out or go up on 2 wheels or possibly flip, which I've done before. But yeah, I would have actually done the proper DeLorean colors, but I didn't have the color unlocked, and I don't think I do still. But yeah, this car will be appearing in a back to the 80s video soon. And then you have my Nebula. Now this isn't the OG Nebula. Basically I bought this and just made it look like my OG Nebula because, well, why not? But yeah, I don't really drive it too much. I usually only drive it if I want to drift or if I just want to drive a random car. But yeah, just a little turbo out of the hood. Sounds nice. I mean, it's more like on the drift handling side. So it's a really drifty car. It's not very fast, but it sounds nice and it looks cool. And then my Cheetah Classic. Now you guys have seen the video. I got blown up by a Mark II trying to get back to my office garage. But yeah, this thing, it's just kind of customized to like kind of like a retro, like, because like some of the parts on this were literally called like a retro, like I think this stuff was called that. But I mean, it sounds nice. I mean, it's kind of almost got like the same sound as like the freaking jet skis. Which, I mean, it pretty much does. But it's kind of like a lower like pitch to it. Okay, yeah. But yeah, it's got this little spoiler which is kind of attached in an interesting way, if you can see that. But yeah, this will also be appearing in a Back to the 80s video very soon. It's got the pop-ups. Yeah, it's not really that fast. It handles pretty good. And it's just a nice car to drive. Well, that one I also don't drive very much. And then my Torero. Now this isn't the OG Torero either. Basically, I had the Torero before that was in the Back to the 80s 3 video. And then not too long after that, I sold it. And I really wanted it back. So when I had the money, I bought it back. Now, I haven't really checked, but I don't know if I have the right wheels on this. If anyone saw that video that's watching this one, let me know, because I can't tell and I can't be bothered to look. But, yeah, so it's white, because, well, it's Lamborghini Countach, so it's gotta be white. It's got the spoiler. This, I just kind of like how it looks. Still got the stock exhaust on there. Got some changed out wheels on it. Now, oh yeah, of course, the pop-up headlights. Now, this car sounds very nice. It's not too fast. I mean, it's actually kind of fast for what it is. It handles alright. I mean, sometimes if you go over bumps, you can spin out if you like through a corner, or like if you get like a bump and then you turn a little bit or try to correct it. You might spin out. So yeah, that's like the only real problem with the handling. And then you have my Zion Classic, which I like don't drive. I've only driven this car maybe like twice. But yeah, this is another casino vehicle. Just sits in here. Now this may look slightly familiar, other than the color, to the car that was in Back to the 80s too. I just didn't make the exact same color. It's blue. The one in Back to the 80s too was ultra blue. But yeah, otherwise it looks pretty much the same as that. Just kind of looks more like an 80s style. It's all retro. Got the freaking look at the look at the gauge cluster. It's like a grid pattern. The Deluxe also has that. But yeah, it's not a very fast car. It kind of grips a little bit, so I mean, the handling is decent. And yeah, I just don't drive it. If it actually sold for something, I'd probably sell it, but it doesn't really sell for much because I got it from the casino, so it's a free vehicle. And then here is my Hellfire, which I just recently bought. This is probably like the best muscle car in the game. It's fast. It handles well. It actually kind of drifts too. It sounds amazing. And if you could throttle control the wheelie, this thing would probably be freaking amazing. I can't. Well, I've tried. I can't really get it yet. But yeah, if you could throttle control your wheelie in this thing, it's probably gonna beat almost everything that you race. But yeah, this car just kind of went for like a more, just kind of nice, like not over the top look, with some nice wheels, the little spoiler. And, yeah, I didn't put the massive freaking blowers coming out of the hood. But yeah, it's a pretty well performing car. And the final car in this garage is my Tauros, which I bought on sale. It's basically just a Lamborghini SUV. This thing, it sounds nice. It's really fast. Definitely the fastest SUV in the game. It's one of the fastest 4-seat vehicles. So you got 2 spoilers there. Yeah, I got that. Let me go at the front. The thing that's weird about this is just how big the wheels are. It looks a little strange at times. But, yeah, it's pretty fast, like I said. And, it handles well. And, it's just an overall, decent looking vehicle. So now, if, I go out of my office garage and go across the street, we will see the rest of my vehicles. For part 1 anyways. So if I make my way over to my office garage without getting ran over. So over here is where the rest of my vehicles for part 1 are, because I don't want to make this too long, which has probably already been like 10 minutes of me just talking about my cars. So first, hold on, let me turn down my music. You can barely hear it in these video clips anyways, but still, I don't want to hear that crap. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's not supposed to be in here. So let's start with my Hot Ring Saber. This car I bought on sale because, well, I kind of wanted one before. Used it in some of the races that were double money in RP at the time when it was on sale. It's a nice handling car. It's pretty fast. Don't really have a use for it, but since I bought it on sale, it doesn't really sell for much. Here's my Saber Turbo Custom. Which, now this may just seem like an unassuming muscle car, but it has hydraulics, so, you can, so it's a lowrider. But yeah, that's kind of like, it's kind of like a hidden thing about this car, because, well, the color, this like, the wheels, that kind of hides the fact that it's a lowrider. But yeah, it sounds nice, it's pretty quick, it handles nicely, it kind of drifts. And does nice wheelies with the hydraulics. Coming over here, we have my Camacho, which I recently bought as well. This thing, I just kind of gave it like a retro look. All white, this little red Camacho thing down here. This is my off-road vehicle, and this thing sounds amazing, and it's pretty quick. Yeah, it looks nice, and I haven't really off-roaded with it yet, but yeah. And then you have my Paragon R. So this is, it's all-wheel drive. It's fast. It handles well. Yeah, I just kind of gave this like just an overall nice look with the spoiler, the wheels. The only thing that doesn't really fit in the greatest is the intercooler, but it kind of fits in so I'm gonna keep it there. But yeah, it's just an overall nice looking car, and this may look black at times, but it's not. It's actually brown. And yeah, I mean, I'm not really a big fan of the sound, but listen, so many vehicles use it, and I just don't. It's not an overall great sound either. But yeah. Then here we have my Schlagen, my Schlagen GT, which I bought on sale. Just made it look like the car it's based off of, from Mercedes-Benz AMG GTR. Now, this car sounds nice. It's pretty fast. It looks good. And it handles well. And I would have sold this car before, but the only reason why I haven't is because it doesn't sell for much, because I bought it on sale. But yeah, it's just this very nice color on it. And then next we have my Reliver, which I bought not that long ago. This car, it kind of gave it like a nice clean look. The wheels fit nice, the spoiler fits pretty well, you know how small it is, and the splitter is pretty nice as well with that bumper. Now this is a nice sounding car. It's not too fast. It's kind of more on like the slower end of sports cars, but it's still pretty quick. And yeah, it sounds nice and it handles well. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. And some people might think it's ugly. I think it looks freaking awesome. And then finally, for part 1, we have my Jugular. Now, this isn't the OG Jugular either, because if any people have been watching me for a while, you guys will know. If you watched the first GTA Hill Climb video, I did my Jugular. Now this car is basically the same. Only difference is I changed the wheels, so it's just got wheels on it. That's it. So yeah, it's got red headlights, it's matte black, and it's got some nice wheels on it. Oh yeah, and I don't think my other one had that front bumper. But yeah, and this thing sounds alright. It sounds nice, but like sound, I'm not really a big fan of it, but still. But yeah, it's a fast car, and like it just plows its way through other cars sometimes. Same thing with the Paragon. But yeah, that's gonna be it for part 1 of my GTA garage tour. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.